RWBY Volume 2 Finale Breach. Definitely a pretty good finale for this season. I really enjoyed it. The fight was, of course, really cool. We got to see Team Coffee fight. My favorite part was, of course, the leader of Team Coffee. I can't think of her name right now, but I was really curious as to what that box did ever since I saw it. And I think that's the craziest transformation we've seen in the show so far. I think even Professor Oobleck's weapon being like a coffee cup into sort of a long cannon is nothing compared to this box. And you can see bullets in the bottom. And honestly, I thought maybe she uses the box as a weapon and she kind of just holds it forward and she can like hit a button or something and all the bullets kind of just shoot out like that. But that thing twists and turns, and it's honestly the most unrealistic transformation out of all of them, which I find funny. But it was unbelievably amazing, like a super huge Gatling gun that was incredibly powerful. It was just ripping through all the creatures. So that was really cool seeing Team Coffee fight. They mostly just showed new characters fight, people we haven't seen, and we got to, of course, see Team RWBY because it's RWBY. But I really love getting to see Team Juniper fight. That was cool. Of course, Nora coming in was a great intro. It's just like this person's just like flying in off screen. She's like super tiny at first, and then it's just like she's just kind of just sailing across on this giant hammer in the sky. So I thought that was really cool. We got to see Ren do some cool moves, and we got to see Priya do some stuff, and Jean took down another Grimm bear, which I thought was really cool. It was a great callback to Volume 1. I thought that was really sweet. I would have loved it if he actually killed it in the same way, if he actually fought it and chopped its head off, and it was like he did it the exact same way, and it was all him, and he didn't get any help. I would have loved it if they did it that way, but the way they did it was really cool too, and he was just cutting the thing up, and he beat it, so I enjoyed that. Seeing Team Coffee fight was really cool. Seeing Sun and Neptune when they came in with like the junior badges and stuff, I thought that was really funny. The music that they were playing was pretty cool. Like that was comedic, but then when Team Coffee came in, it was a pretty cool song. So I believe that's the same song they used as the actual ending song for the titles, but that was definitely a pretty cool song. And it was a short fight. I expected it to be much longer, but I don't hate it for being short or anything like that. I really enjoyed it. And actually, and this is probably the weird thing, once it was over, I was more worried than when they were actually fighting. Like the fight ended and they won, and then I was like, I'm freaking out as to what is gonna happen next. But we got some pretty cool plot points. One is that Cinder allowed for Mercury and Emerald to kind of play their roles during this fight. They went in and fought more Grimm, so that was really cool. We got to see them do that, and the plan sort of advanced beyond what they were expecting. It was, I think Emerald said like 3 or 4 days away, or maybe she just said it's days from now, but Cinder had to kind of go on the fly, so she did it where it's like, all right, we have to at least keep our cover even if Roman kind of blew his because he just randomly got busted. So we still have to keep our cover because we're not 100% ready yet. So that was really cool. And of course, by the end of this episode, we get to see what's going to be advancing with Cinder and her team. When of course Adam comes in, and it's like, I've been waiting forever to freaking see this guy, and he came an episode too late because I already got a new favorite character, which we found out in this episode is officially Yang's mother, which I figured it had to be. A lot of people were wondering if she may have been Ruby's mother and stuff like that, even though Ruby's mother's dead. Just all these speculations we had to guess. And it is Yang's mother, and that's why she saved her. I still want to know if she has that Grimm mask because she is hiding within the White Fang. I would love for that to be the main reason she left, or it probably won't be because during the time of the White Fang kind of getting crazy, it was long after Yang's mother had already left. So, or I guess it was around the same time, so that could have been why she left, but I feel like it would have to be a great reason for her to have left as soon as like the new guy took over and things started to get bad. But she looks, I mean, it's of course the exact same face as Yang, she just has long black hair, but it was really cool to see that little after credit scene. I enjoyed that, and of course it was like, what's gonna happen now? Is she gonna be able to tell Ruby that, is she gonna really be able to tell anyone that her mother is alive? She found her mother after all this time. So I can't wait to see how that either plays out as a secret or plays out as just a new thing within the group of characters. Like, hey, I found my mother after all this time. So I can't wait to see how they play that. But I thought it was a great ending. Like the two ending scenes were really great. They brought in the two characters I wanted to see because we got to see Yang's mother. They gave us the answer that it was Yang's mother. And before the titles actually started to roll, we got to see Adam come in. And like I said, I've been waiting for him because ever since the trailer, had been my favorite character. And then Yang's mother came in and she just like looked cooler, had cooler powers. and so she instantly became number one. But he's still my number two, so I got to see both of them at the end of this season, which has me incredibly excited for season three because almost literally two full seasons I waited just to see Adam come back outside of a trailer. And aside from the beginning of this season where he was in the Notebook, I got to see him, and it's technically, since it was before credits, I'll say it was the end of season two, and after the credits, the stuff with Yang was technically after, I'll count it, but he just barely made it in there. I almost literally waited two whole seasons just to see this guy come in, and that's all he does. He walks in like, no, but they'll listen to me, and then credits, and it's like, crap. Like, I've been waiting for forever for this guy, but I'm really excited to see how he takes over Roman's place while Roman is in prison basically with Ironside, and I have no idea how that's going to end up playing out because after everything that happened and the stuff they talked about with Ozpin and the council, where he may or may not end up being kicked off or kicked out of his position as headmaster at the school, it'll be interesting to see what Ironside does. And they may or may not actually still have the tournament. They were talking about, like, we can't broadcast it, which I thought was a pretty cool thing. Like, it's a worldwide event, not just you go there, but it's like a television thing too. So that was something that I just thought was pretty cool. But they were mentioning how things have been so crazy that they probably won't have it, but I'm sure they will, just because it's sort of a worldwide thing. All the kingdoms, it's televised worldwide, stuff like that. So it's almost like the Olympics, I would think. It's kind of like the Olympics, and just every candidate from across the world comes to this really, really big event, and it's filmed for everyone to see, like, which kingdom's going to win and who specifically from each kingdom and stuff like that. So I can't wait to see that. I'm sure they'll still do it because it's, like I said, it seems like such a huge event. They only do it, I believe, once a year, so it's kind of a big deal. You broadcast something, it's a big deal. So I'm sure they'll still end up doing that. But the stuff with Ozpin was really good, and Ironside's kind of stepping up as far as being security for the event, and he's continuing, like, he's even stronger in the role he was already in, which was just that military guy. Like, that was his role in the show, and now he's gotten even more power, and I highly doubt he'll end up taking over for Ozpin, but he's got more power now, and he has Roman, and I don't know how that's going to play out, what crazy methods he might end up using on Roman, because he seems like the type of guy where he doesn't want to exactly go crazy with things, but push comes to shove, he'll use all the force he has against you to get what he wants, and he kind of has Roman locked up. So I don't know if Roman's going to be the same jokey character that he normally is throughout all of season 3, because he'll probably be getting tortured. But I love this finale. It was really cool. We got to see a great little fight at the beginning. We got to see all the characters come in. I was really hoping that, because we got to see Team Coffee come in, I was really, really hoping that we'd get the last two members of Sun's team just randomly. Like, they'd come in and be like, hey, here's us fighting. But unfortunately, we still didn't get to see that. But I enjoyed the fight. It was definitely great. Zwei was, of course, really silly. Like, when he first came out and he, like, hit the Grimm and stuff, that was really funny. We got to see, I think Glenda coming in was really funny. She just looked pissed the whole time. She's just walking and she looked so mad. It was just like flick and deflect and stuff. And she was just walking so angrily, and it was really funny to me. And it was cool to see her use what she used in the season premiere, when she kind of just reforms everything the way it was meant to be. So I always love seeing that. It was cooler in the premiere, and that's just because it was like the lunchroom, so there was just a ton of tiny little particles, and this was just like big blocks for the street. But it still looked pretty cool, and she was just focused and just mad, like just deflecting things, not even looking, just like block. I need to do this because you guys are pissing me off right now. So I love that little scene. But overall, I thought it was a great finale. Everything kind of came to a close. It was fairly calm, and then it just added a whole new layer with Adam officially coming into the series. I think we all know that that's going to be a huge storyline in season 3 with Blake, because this guy was her mentor, and this is really the last person who saw her before she decided to leave the White Fang, and he saw her actually leaving the White Fang when she cut the train. So it'll be a great storyline when they officially meet in season 3. And like I said, I have no idea what to expect with Yang's mother, like what she's going to tell her, whether or not it's going to be a secret. That's really what I'm looking forward to the most, is whether or not Yang is going to keep that from everybody, because her mother's doing something, like she's still working on whatever it is, and so she still has to keep it a secret that she knows where her mother is and what she's doing, because it could probably endanger her mother. So I'm excited to see that as well. But overall, I thought it was a great season finale. I'm really excited for season 2. I hope we get some stuff in between. I'm hoping we get some World of Remnant episodes, every couple of weeks or something. I don't know, something to tide us over until season 3. But it was a great season, of course. Comment below, let me know what you guys thought about this finale, your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And now that we, at least based on the 2 scenes we got, we're officially getting 2 new kind of samurai based characters in season 3. Which storyline are you most excited for? Adam kind of coming in to take over for the White Fang, at least within the city of Vale? Or are you more excited for Yang getting pretty much the entire story of what her mother has been up to, and what her mother apparently is still doing? Comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.